Alright guys, RSC here, Life on Two Wheels. Don't get me confused with RSC, Life in High Heels. Alright, so if you didn't see my last video, I was sent this new Blade 2. It's got the dual battery. I only have the one in right now, not the second. So far it's been a great bike. I've done some upgrades. So first, I'm going to go through a couple things I'm starting to do. So if I did these already, I put these shocks on. Huge difference. This bike, like any bike, has, you know, pros and cons. And one is, yes, it's great that it has this back suspension, but the suspension comes stock with. These have the nitrogen tank. I wish they came with this, but it is what it is. That's the stock. And they're really stiff springs, shock. This has it's way better. It's night and day difference. Like, it doesn't even feel like the same bike. It is so much smoother going over bumps. It flexes, like it has perfect, you know, like the dampening is good, everything. It's nitrogen filled tank right there with the spring and then dampener. It's all adjustable here and here, and you got your air pressure in there for, well, nitrogen, not air, just nitrogen. Where this has none of that, except you can adjust it, but just these, you have to turn that, but I don't really recommend it. This you can actually kind of set to your body weight and stuff, and adjust the sag and everything, and there's adjustment here. But you don't need to if you get this. These are this whole unit for two of them is $100, I think, in $10 or $15 Canadian for the both on Amazon. I don't make any. I'm not making any money off these guys or anything. But it's RFY. That's the suspension company, and you need it's a 200 or 320 mil shock, but you need the eye. That's eye to clevis, and so, but some of these shocks go eye bolt, like this part here, to eye. You need the eye to clevis, which has, it goes around here. See what I mean? Goes through here, goes around that. It's very easy to put in, and then you just got to set some sag, which is just turning these. It's yeah, big. Is probably the best upgrade I've done so far. Now, this bike provides a perfect platform for that stuff too. So I got this bag, obviously, another light, which is pretty darn bright. This store stuff. So I like running these Rock Bro shocks. Now, if you're the type of person that's going to be biking in flip-flops all the time, or, you know, is just kind of jumping on and off the bike, don't really care, I wouldn't get these. These are very sharp pedals. So it's nuts and screws that go through here, and they're sharp, and they come with replaceable ones. I've never had to replace them, but these bite into like everything, like even my skin. Like, if you miss a pedal and it comes back at you, you're gonna cut yourself, guaranteed. That's how sharp they are. But they bite into your shoes. They'll wreck shoes, actually. But if you want something that you can, you know, gives you confidence that you're not going to lose your grip, I do recommend getting them. They're kind of like a nylon plastic. I've never had an issue with them. They're definitely strong. There's no flex, nothing. But what I like about them is they're fairly thin, and they're big. They're deeper, they're wider, and I'll show you here. So that's a stock pedal that comes with the blade. So if you put, so that's where this one they would line up. So I can make, this will pretty much disappear. And these are $35 or $39 plus tax. I'll show you kind of on here. I've had that lined up right. That's kind of your difference in pedals. They're probably like one of the best bangs for your buck. Oh, I upgraded these to the grips. These have a double locker on here, which is great. There's no twist. I think these, for my style riding, they're more comfortable in stock. And they're a sure grip. I find the stock ones a little, they're good ergonomically, but they're a little slick at times. So I also got different brake pads, which I'm gonna, my back ones are getting kind of low. I had a bit of a brake drag. I didn't have it adjusted right, so I'm gonna put, I got one set on, but the fronts are still great. I just picked up another light. These stock lights, they're okay. They're bright, but not stupid bright. It's a very concentrated beam. Like, I don't know. It could be better. It could be worse. So what I did is I bought this Too Wild BR 1000. If anyone knows anything about 18650 batteries, that's what's in these bike batteries. So, and drills, all kinds of stuff. 18650s are fairly volatile lithium battery, but they're great because they do power a lot of stuff. So this light is pretty bright. It's bright in this room right now, but there's lots of modes. So anyways, I'm gonna try this out. It comes with a kit, or a handlebar mount. Goes on here, clicks in. I'm not gonna do it right now. And then you can set it. It's got different settings for it. The beauty with this light is if you have 18650 batteries, what you can do, and this is rare to find in a light, is you can replace them. So you just twist this, shake her out. So this is one I just threw in. I had a spare. That's an 18650 right there. So you can use, if you have them and you don't have a charger, you can charge them through this. There's a charging port right there. And they're great. So when you're on the trails, that's usually, so you want to run this thing at high, and it's rated for it's 1,000 looms with this, and I have the 3500 milliamp battery, which is there. So on high for 2 hours and 30 minutes. I haven't tested that yet. I can't say if it does or doesn't. But what I do figure is I don't really care because I have extra batteries here. So I'm just going to throw 2 or 3 on my bike, or in my little pouch there, and take those with me, and I can just change them out on the go. So if it gets low or dies, then I just do a quick flip or change out. Other batteries, you don't get that. The other problem with a lot of these, or lights, I mean, the other problem with a lot of lights is that when over time the battery keeps, like, it's not charging the same. It's gonna eventually, at some point in its lifetime, that battery and the flashlight is gonna be done. It's gonna need to be replaced. Well, most lights you can't replace the battery. You just have to throw this whole unit away. You don't with this. It's got a bit of weight to it. You know, see what happens with it, how it lasts. But it's darn bright. It's way brighter than that big one. So, and I think that was like $80, I think. So I'm at 2,030 or 40 kilometers on it so far, and it's been great. I haven't had any issues with it yet, so yeah. And maybe my next video I'll do one with me out on the trail with this light. The difference in running two is what I figure I'm gonna do, because I do a lot of night riding and there's no lights at all. It's out in the countryside, so and I will touch base on a couple things with it, and also I'll do another video here soon with what happened with my accident and injuries and what's gonna happen, so, or whatever. All right. Again, the bike has been great. I have my complaints, I have my loves for it, my hates. The seat, it's got to get changed. It's not comfortable. It looks cool, but let's be for real. Looks cool and being usable and comfortable, that's two different things. This should be flatter, and this angle that comes up here sharp, that should be broad flat back. I think you'd gain like 2 to 3 inches in total just off that. Probably 2, maybe 2.5 anyway. And to have this come straight, or this come one up a bit, or have it come down but into that thing, because you got the extra room there if you wanted. But it should just be level, because you can slide your butt back and forth wherever you want. Oh shoot, forgot another thing. Sorry, ADHD, it's a bitch. I have new handlebars coming for this bike this week, so I think in the next 3 or 4 days. So these are the 22.8 mil or whatever clamp size. These are, I got 31.8 coming. They're actually for a Ciron dirt bike. I'm gonna try. They're a riser bar like this, so we'll see what happens. But just to show you the difference, that's the difference in size. Like for the whole size there, they're big bars. So that's all stock head and stuff. So this one I'm gonna be putting on. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I want something better. And to upgrade, to get the bigger, thicker bars, you need to upgrade. For the most, yeah, what you do, you have to upgrade your stem. There's different stems too. So this one's kind of down a tad. That's because I got a riser bar. It hopefully works well. And then it kind of takes a dip down a tad. Some are, you can't flip this. You can't flip it. It's not designed actually for that. So anyways, they have styles like this though that are designed for it, where it puts it up. So if it's a lower rise on the bar, then it would raise it up. And then there's some that are adjustable and whatnot, but all these things, it does add up. But you know, you got a great thing like to start, like a base frame and whatnot. So far, that has made this bike 100 times better. I'm not kidding when I say that. It is a totally different bike. it's like, and to have these air shocks over the other style, like with these through the tubes going through, and then having the crowns there, one here, one here, that's a huge difference. It's a lot more sturdy, stable ride. Now I'm thinking the new bars are going to help too with everything, and but yeah, these over the normal, like a normal bike fork style that just come around through here, to have, and then the ones that come on the normal blade are just like a spring style or coil style, which is, it's okay, but it's very springy, bouncy kind of. This isn't like that. Like, this is more like, feels like your dirt bike or motorcycle kind of. And those aren't though airs. Usually they're, a lot of them are oil. But anyways, everything has its pros and cons of different stuff. So, but other than that, with this, it's a beefy frame too. Like, you know, it's been great so far. Just, I feel like doing these upgrades is going to be the next level of greatness. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna try and keep adding more videos. I know I've been not, so all right, take care, bye bye.